Today was a good day. Today was a really good day. We started out in the morning, early in the morning. We did a lot of chatting. I did a lot of sitting, and we did a lot of talking, and we did a lot of work.
Let's try that again. Indeed.
I really don't know what it is we're doing. I mean, I just don't know what it is. You don't know what it's like. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it takes you apart inside you. No idea, no idea.
I'm a dead Viking and I died of a broken heart.
I'm a dead Victorian lady and I died from consumption.
I was struck by lightning while riding a bison.
The afterlife is the afterlife. You know, it doesn't change much. But there's new characters, so seeing 100 dead people coming through the stage doors every day was one of the joys of this for me.
Creating the afterlife was actually a lot of fun because we talked about what the characters could be, presented them to Tim. He had his own kind of ideas of what could be in the afterlife and who could be in the afterlife. And then after that point, it was more about building them out and what their deaths would be.
And then Neil Scanlon, who did all the makeup effects and all the puppets, he was a key component because that was almost like the actors. He had to get into the spirit. We all had to get into the spirit of making things quick and fast and doing it low tech.
Tim's vision for this film in our first meeting was absolutely to try and achieve as much as possible practically. There's a lovely element about this film, and I think that it's what the practical effects bring to it. And what it is that you can portray things that on paper sound very horrific or really quite horrifying. But if you use the practical effects and the style that Tim works in, they actually become quite humorous and entertaining. I think it's exactly the way Tim sees the world. There's something really tangible and something that you can really hold on to and identify with real objects.
I think we're into 70 special characters, and then we have many more like background characters. So we have different levels of creature characters that Neil's designed.
The department I've collaborated with the most on this film is the creature effects department. We really interfaced with them in figuring out how all this stuff can work on people and they can wear it all day. You have to get it done really quickly, so you come up with ideas faster and sometimes in a better way than if you have a lot of time to linger over it.
Tim will do sketches. If there's a certain look that he envisions, he'll see a sketch of it.
I'm lucky to work with people that can interpret what my sketches look like. So yeah, I mean, I had fun doing that. Everybody kind of contributed. I did some drawings, Neil Scanlon, and as people did effects, it was like a contest. It was fun to kind of work that way.
From that point, we then commit to the making side of it, and that involves multiple departments, all who are brilliantly talented in their own way, it has to be said. They are all craftspeople in their own world. So, for instance, people who can make molds, people who can paint things beautifully, people who put hair in, people who can make the under muscles, all of those things.
There's people in the film that you really have to zoom in to see all the beautiful perfections that our team did.
I'm a witch who's burned at the stake.
I am a dead tennis player.
I died from executive stress and perhaps maybe a little bit of the Colombian marching powder.
Any idea why my suspect wrote your name in this schmo's goop?
When Willem came in, we had a concept board which Neil had put together with Tim. So we had a rough idea of where he wanted to go. And then when I was sort of chatting to him, we was kind of sort of laughing about Hawaii Five-0 and Jack Lord. And, you know, and he was just like, that's kind of the essence of where I want to go, you know, with the hair and things. And, you know, I just want it to be a little bit fanciful.
I mean, my costume is relatively simple because I'm basically dressed like a 70s TV show cop.
It was very much a conscious decision to keep him just with this, like, American tan going on. Tim was very specific that he wanted to shoot him in a way that we were just like, are we in the afterworld? Until he turned around.
He's completely Willem Dafoe, and as he turns around, you realise that he's not completely Willem Dafoe.
That appliance was wafer thin, and I think we leaned heavily relying on Willem Dafoe's gorgeous cheekbones for that one.
He wears a slight amount of hair that's added to blend the two together, but other than that, it is literally applied to him. The rest is all him.
The effect that Tim wanted was for him to look more like, you know, the old-fashioned anatomical kind of dolls where you can take out the organs. There's a very definite look to them.
And action! Time to call the Ghoul Squad.
The Ghoul Squad We had a really diverse group of actors, and so that was really interesting. They ended up being more of a, you know, kind of fairground art, ghost train, carnival art kind of approach, where everything's a bit airbrushed in these really crazy colours. And handlebar moustaches, sideburns, the works.
And remember,
gotta keep it real.
Yes.